Hello, literature lovers. Today I'm going to talk about Simone de Beauvoir. She was a French writer, intellectual, existentialist, philosopher, political activist, feminist, and social theorist. Though she did not consider herself as a philosopher, she had a significant influence on both feminist existentialism and feminist theory. De Beauvoir wrote novels, essays, biographies, autobiographies, and monographs on philosophy, politics, and social issues. She was known for her 1949 treatise, The Second Sex, a detailed analysis of women's oppression and a foundational track of contemporary feminism, and for her novels including She Came to Stay and The Mandarins. She was also known for her open, lifelong relationship with French philosopher Jean Paul Sartre. Her first novel was She Came to Stay, and it has been assumed that it is inspired by her and Sartre's relationship with Olga and Wanda. Olga was one of her students in secondary school where de Beauvoir taught during the early 1930s, and she grew fond of Olga, and Sartre tried to persuade Olga, but she rejected him, so he began a relationship with her sister Wanda. Upon her death, Sartre was still supporting Wanda, and he also supported Olga for years until she met and married Jack, a lover of de Beauvoir. However, the main thrust of the novel is philosophical, a scene in which to situate de Beauvoir's abiding philosophical preoccupation, the relationship between the self and the other. Next comes her essay, The Ethics of Ambiguity, 1947, and it is perhaps the most accessible entry into French existentialism. And in the essay, de Beauvoir clears up some inconsistencies that many Sartre included have found in major existentialist works such as Being and Nothingness. And in the Ethics of Ambiguity, de Beauvoir confronts the existentialist dilemma of absolute freedom versus the constraints of circumstance. Next, at the end of the world was second, de Beauvoir and Sartre edited Les Temps Moderats, a political journal which Sartre founded in along with Maurice Ponty and others. De Beauvoir used this work to promote her own work and explore her ideas on a small scale before fashioning essays and books. De Beauvoir remained an editor until her death. This pic is from Cuba, 1960, and where she met the great revolutionary Che Guevara. Now comes the best work which she really became famous for, is The Second Sex, published 1949 in French, turns into the existentialist mantra that existence precedes essence into a feminist one. One is not born but becomes woman. So it's a very deep thought. With this famous phrase, de Beauvoir first articulated what has come to be known as the sex gender distinction. That is the distinction between biological sex and the social and historical construction of gender and its attendant stereotypes. De Beauvoir argues that the fundamental source of women's oppression is its historical and social construction as the quintessential other. She defines women as the second sex because women are defined in relation to men, and she pointed out that Aristotle argued women are female by virtue of a certain lack of qualities, while St. Thomas referred to women as imperfect men and incidental being. De Beauvoir asserted that women are as capable of choice as men, thus can choose to elevate themselves, moving beyond the immanence to which they were previously resigned, and reaching transcendence. All these works can be concluded by saying that after the publication of that book, including that a position in which one takes responsibility for oneself and the world, where one chooses one's freedom. It has many chapters which talked about it in detail and are referred. This is the burial place where she left. Later on, she was recognized later on with different other works. That's all for today. Thanks for being part of it. Do share your views in the comment section. Keep reading books, that's the only way of living. Discuss it with your friends. Talk about the work. Thanks for listening.